ठीक है, राम देख लो तुम।
Hello everyone. As promised, we are back again with the live show on impact of lockdown on the startups and way forward. Yes. So we are on live now. So let me introduce our guest today. Our chief guest is Dr. Ajay Data, who is a founder and CEO of Data Exgen Technology. He has been pioneer in bringing internet into Rajasthan when it came early days. And we have another guest, Mr. Pranay Mathur, who is a co-founder of Startup Chaupal, chief strategist, and technology and a CEO of the technology company which he runs. Good to again most welcome all of you, the audience who is joining us slowly. People are coming from various feeds. Welcome both of you and Dr. Ajay Data. Sir, thank you very much for giving your time today to us and discussing about again the startup and contributing to a startup eco world. Today we are having a tough time, a challenging time rather, and we all are having a various kind of challenges now, and we will have after this get ended, and then we'll have a different kind of challenges to be faced. So as a mentor card, we decided to go live since we are not working from office anymore. And though mentor card is a digital platform all the time, so we took this opportunity again to interact and invite more people and talk about the startups, and we are inviting other people as well. So some of the questions when I've been interacting with the startups in a recent time, and every day we have a call, and people are also coming on live till they start asking question. Is the most important question which is coming from most of the people is that how long this uncertainty is going to last. That is the biggest thing which is coming from everybody. That's fine, it's 21 days, but I don't know how long it is going to work out, because it is started from December and from various countries, and it reaches to India, and today we are in lockdown. So that is the biggest uncertainties in people's mind, that where do we go. So I have a question with Dr. Ajay Data sir, that
See, very simple, Ashish. The
share some.
life is all about uncertainty. Life is about a constant change. That is the
Right.
biggest strength. And here we are having a situation which is constantly changing. Apart from one thing, that we are not allowed to go out of the home, and that's a temporary situation for sure. We need not to worry about that we are going to be in years of situation as of now. This is for few days. If you see a perspective of whole life and whole years journey of a business, we are talking about few months. We need to lose hope in this time. We need to be positive. We need to see that while we are under lockdown, how do we gain strength, gain knowledge, keep our team intact. And this is the time to probably look upon what we are doing. Is it right path, wrong path? This is a great time to prepare yourself for a big opportunities which are likely to come. This is an unfortunate situation. We are not, nobody knows, not even Mr. Narendra Modi knows, our honorable prime minister, when is likely to end. So nobody give that answer. But we hope that like China, which is going to be last for 3 months almost, we are also going to be ending, let us say, in a 1 month or 1.5 month. And that is what we should expect, that by May first week or April last week, we should be in a more transitioning phase of getting towards openness. I don't expect that country is going to open in one go the way it got locked down in one go. It is going to be in phases. I am presuming that government is going to see which city do not have any cases are going to be open first and lock their
Right.
borders, not allow anybody else. This looks to me a logical step,
So
and
we can.
even lock half of the city. In Jaipur, let us say, for example, Mansarovar do not have anything. You can just operate Mansarovar, and borders of Mansarovar are sealed. Like that, it's going to open for a
You
few
can.
days, and then slowly we move in the direction of openness. That is what I see, and I think this is what the time is. Conserve cash right now, save cash as much as possible. Prepare yourself for a large opportunity, because we are going to have large boom of requirement in everything which we can imagine. Prepare to serve that. I think this is the time to think it that way and prepare yourself.
Right. So I think so we can say that, yeah, it may last till May or whatever, but yes, we have to prepare ourselves. The another question which has been coming from the startup, especially from the founders who actually were about to start a startup. Maybe they were about to start in few months or a few weeks. That And the question is coming from them is that, is it really a good idea to do that? Or they have to, give it up right now. So especially for the people who were about to start, have been asking, sir, especially the college pass out people, right, who are just about to thinking about a startup, that shall we do that, or there is so much uncertainty whether to have an idea to start a startup or not. I know the answer. I'm saying, Dr. Ajay, what is your advice to such people, such founders? I think so. We lost him. So he will be joining. Pranay, would you like to take it up?
Yeah, I think it's a really time for thinking twice before you do the startup, because the whole ecosystem, whether you talk about the opportunities in the market, creating a product, finding the new customers, or finding the early investors into your startups, it is going to be challenging for the next
Right.
6 months to a year's time. You know, so of course, a second thought is very, very necessary before anybody is thinking to start at this point. You can prepare certain things, but I think launching a startup during this period, uh, anytime 6 months from now or a year or now, it will be very difficult to get the traction you are expecting. So yeah, I mean, in all
Yeah,
aspects, it's really.
agreed. So if you are a passionate founder, in any case, no times can stop you. You can
Yes, yes.
continue to
I
work,
think this is the
right?
time.
And yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, this
yeah.
is the time.
This is the
Great.
time to be
So
prepared. Maybe you can learn new things about startup. You can do user research at this point of time. You can run surveys online. You can just focus on your product prototyping internally and all these things.
yeah.
But yeah, you cannot really go into the market and start selling or raising funds at this point of time. It's very
So
difficult.
Pranay, so I have one more question from you. Since you
Yeah,
come and you are running a technology,
yeah,
a team, a company,
yeah,
how that has this current lockdown has
yeah.
changed the way you have been working, and the changed the way the team has been working.
Right. So, I mean, as a technology company, as an organization with 50, 60 plus people, I mean, because we are working for offshore customers already, so we are kind of remote teams already for our customers. But yeah, as a team
Right.
productivity, it's very critical, right? At this point, because the team used to work in an office environment and they can talk and discuss things, like during the office hours, and be more productive. But we are fortunate that there are tools for online collaborations now, like Zoom or Slack, project management tools like Jira or Asana. We use different tools to increase a team's productivity, right? So, and then there is very critical aspect of team productivity, wherein you have to create processes, right? So the process that you were running in office has to change, and people have to be educated about how to they create their schedules while at home, working from home, right? Because there are so many distractions around people. At home, somebody in the family member needs your attention, or you're not able to focus while you are around your kids. You know, So it becomes very challenging for the team, right? So it's always important to educate your team members, mentor them, guide them how they can produce results while at home and take care of all the distractions they are facing, right? Or maybe other challenges
Right.
like internet availability or power cut and things like that. Somebody. So we face one of my team member reported 2 3 days back that his MacBook Pro has stopped. His screen has stopped working. So there's no other solution. Somebody is reporting he's in Chittorgarh and his internet is not working with this kind of speed. So he's not able to create builds, right? So there are different challenges, but we have to live, we have to empathize with our team members, and we have to create and come up with creative solutions. At the same time, we need to be open to our customers to, because it's a global issue. So everybody is like understanding it, right? So we have
Right.
to manage.
Yeah. So lot. Yeah. So
Yeah,
lot has been. So let's take few more questions because we have very limited
sure.
time.
Absolutely.
So Dr. Ajay Data is back. I think so. Are
Yeah.
you able to hear us, sir?
Yeah, my browser crashed, so I'm back.
Okay, okay, great. So the question which again I have put it for you is that, is it basically a time where when this crisis gets over, or maybe the office start coming up and they start operating again, is it the startup which were already at certain stage, okay, and they were about to either launch or they were running a pilot, do they really have to revalidate their ideas from the current scenario perspective, or they do have to do some research again because they were about to launch? And as we everybody is saying, the customer behaviors and all may change after this COVID-19. So what is your advice for such founders? This a question came with one of the founder called Raja.
See, Ashish, we are expecting a change for sure. That change is related to the money, not more on behavior,
Hmm.
because we as a human do not change behavior very early, very soon. We need generations and generations to change the behavior of a mankind. We are, it's like you can imagine that we read the news in the newspapers that how many people withdrew cash in the money which is going to be used in all practical senses. It's going to be digital money, right? Almost 52,000 crore rupees cash was withdrawn out of the banks, right? Why? Because people would like to retain cash in their hand. They have their own process about keeping the money in bank. These are about habits, and less trust on the non-traditional mechanism of maintaining wealth and cash and everything else. Here is the scenario. If you are in a startup, so my piece of advice right now is very simple, that if you are in a startup and you have some innovative idea, you are solving a problem, wait for the time, conserve cash. You have no opportunity going anywhere. The problems are going to be more than you imagine. Only thing we should be careful about is not many people are going to try out with cash, use money to try out new things. They will fulfill their requirement first. Luxury may be a little bit hit more than normal times. People will not eat food, right? So if you have some innovation around food, it will work. If you are to do health, it will work. If you're in education, it is work. Which vertical you are looking for? So if you have a idea about reducing cost, solving a problem on some area, there we just wait for the which is going to be opening very soon, not very far. We may not be very far than a month or so. So we let us look at that, and this is not a large time. Uncertainty is about our life also. We do not know we are going to be office in tomorrow or not, right? So,
Yeah.
but we do not stop working, right? Everybody dies, right? So we still continue working together, and this is just a month, 1.5 month. So we just, because it is forced upon us, that's the reason we think it that way. Let us assume that we have the situation, we cannot just, we हम travel भी तो करते हैं, we take holidays, we are not there for the whole month in the office. It's just like that. You are forced to be at home on a holiday. It's the kind of situation here, and your businesses are not working. थोड़े बहुत बिजनेस हमारे पीछे से जो चल पाते हैं वो चल रहे हैं, और जो लोग आईटी इंडस्ट्री में, तो सब लोगों के ऑलमोस्ट 30-40% बिजनेस सबके चल रहे हैं. नॉट आई विल नॉट से 100%, बट 30-40-50% तक भी चल रहे हैं, 60% भी चल रहे हैं, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन व्हाट यू डू. लोगों के चल रहे हैं. We are fortunate. The edible oil industry, in which my parental business is working almost 60-70%. हाँ, स्टील में प्रॉब्लम है, केबल में प्रॉब्लम है, ब्रिक्स में प्रॉब्लम है, सीमेंट में प्रॉब्लम है. These problems are time bound problem for some time.
Correct.
So let startup wait, hold on your idea, do not just give up, and sustain for a month and then take a decision.
Right. So can we say in a way that we have to stay alive to be to get the future opportunity in a business? So continue to do something.
See, being alive is see, जान है तो जहान है, यही तो मौका है. आज हमारे पास में अगर आप देखो VIRUS, उसमें I और U जो है ना, वही वायरस को मिटाएगा.
Yeah,
we have to understand that, and this distance of I and U is the key. So if we are this session which we are doing right now, आप सोचते कि हम उसको शायद रिमोटली नहीं करते हैं, फिजिकली कर लेते हैं. Now we are creating the new ways that you need not to actually have a physical session and just go ahead and do these remote sessions all the time and at your will. We are learning new ways to do this, and this is going to be very cost effective, very fantastic time we are moving towards. For some time you will have difficulties, but great time ahead, I believe so.
So I have a question from Devesh Garg coming on the screen. If you are able to see that, right? Are you able to see that question? Okay.
Yes.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm planning to start producing pesticide-free, tastier, cleaner vegetable, right? And in Jaipur, I believe that our COVID-19 people would be more aware and careful about what they do. Do you think that the willingness to pay for healthier and tastier is going to increase? So this is the question, sir. Would you like to answer?
See, it is very simple. You already know the answer. People pay for health.
Yes.
Are you able to tell distinct difference between what you are going to charge for and what they are going to charge for? The communication is going to be the key, not about the payment. If there is a payment for health, let us say, for example, today you get a COVID virus vaccine. Will not everybody pay for it? Do you care it is 800 rupees or 2000 rupees? It's about health, right? So people will stop for one day food and get a vaccine, right? Even if they are not willing to pay. The key is health ke liye, education ke liye, there is no bar. The question is, are you willing to really commit and deliver what you are really saying?
Absolutely. So we have another question. Thank you, Dr. Ajay. Another question coming from Akhil Bansal, where he said that we are in the business of selling gifting products online. Interesting. Soon launching our e-commerce website too. My question is, as we are a startup, what is the time for us? Things can sustain in this time.
My point for you is to go a little slow for few months, because gifts are not necessity. Gifts are by wish, and kind of extra cash. If you have, you spend that money. So wait for a few months. It's like I will maybe repeating 10 times during this show that we have a large opportunity coming in. People will not leave habits. People have gifting habits. People will gift maybe smaller items. This is the kind of habit in the whole country. E-commerce is the way forward. Wait for a few months. Do not leave hope and stay there. Just float and stay there. We all are going to have our piece of cake.
Correct. We have to be live in business also. So we have to be alive in business, stay in business. Then only we can gain that opportunity which is going to be coming in future. So I will
tell you one more thing, Ashish. Just a tip for every startup, because they have employees. So you have to talk to your employees today. Yes. Do not fire them. just ask them to take the cut of the salary, not the cut actually, as a deferred payment. So do not cut anybody's salary. Ask, tell them that we are going to pay you less because we do not know what is going to for another 1 month or so, so that we can remain float. The things which are necessary, for example, like I cannot survive without power. For example, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल तो देना ही
Correct.
होगा आपको.
Correct.
आपको अगर आपको वहां पर सामान चलाना है, कोई लाइसेंसेस फी है या होस्टिंग फी है, सर्वर तो चलाना ही है, आपको मेंटेनेंस देनी है. अगर आपने ईएमआई है जो आपको अगर बैंक ने डेफर नहीं की तो आपको पेमेंट करना ही है, नहीं तो आपका वो डिफॉल्ट हो जाएगा. Certain things which you just cannot avoid, do it. Ask for, have a Zoom call with your employees and ask for a deferment of the salary of some percentage whatsoever somebody can take. And certainly not more than जो इसकी 10,000 रुपए 15 से तो बात करने की दरकार नहीं है. लेकिन if somebody is 30-40,000 rupees or more, you can say take 10,000 rupees less, 5,000 rupees less. I will pay you not the cut. We will pay you deferred. So that way you are staggering your liability right now, but creating an oxygen for the company. And that's the most important thing right now to create oxygen for the company by holding some cash more.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I will take one question for Pranay now, and Dr. Ajay, I'll come to you with the question which is most demanding all the time is funding. So Pranay, in terms of what do you see is in the current scenario, especially for technology company to be an opportunity, which is basically where as a company, a technology company, you see as an opportunity because you're already working with many as customers. What is changing there?
I think what Ajay Data sir said, that the habits, this is the time, is an opportunity to change the habits. I think what is going to become popular is remote working. The new culture, the new cult is coming in, wherein the people, rather than traveling for 2 hours or 3 hours to go to the work, they will find space to work from home, to be productive from home. And there are more remote jobs which will be available. There are more
Absolutely.
opportunities in remote jobs, whether it's development, whether it's design, whether it's like project management. There's more remote work is going to happen, where people used to hire a full-time employee into their office, and they used to more forced to work in the office hours. I think people will more move towards the more
Correct.
flexi hours, right, and being productive.
Right.
And it's an opportunity for like people to upskill themselves, right, into those kind of requirements for companies, right, especially startup world, where they are uncertain about how long their journey would be with that company, because it's completely uncertain. So I think people will have more choices in terms of hiring the kind of talent across the globe. They will create new habits to work with a global talent. And yeah, it will open up a lot of opportunities in terms of digital solutioning, digital products. People will move
Yeah.
towards more for using
So
online tools.
can we say in a way that the work from home is a new norm? And it will
Absolutely,
also
absolutely.
open with people like what happened in the case of demonetization. The digital payment has become a new norms, right? Similar
Absolutely.
way that work from home with this change will become a new norms. People who were resisting, who were shying away from giving work from home to employees, maybe may change their
Absolutely.
perspective, may change their.
Absolutely.
It is more beneficial, more powerful, more cost saving maybe. So that will give them a realization, oh, that can be a new model of working. So we have
Yeah.
taken a couple of questions. I'll take one question, Dr. Ajay, and then I will take few questions from the audience which are coming. Is that the biggest thing is that people are asking about nowadays, that they were in certain situation or on a time where they were pitching for funding, or they were about to get the funding, or they were asking for the looking for the investors, especially for seed and angel. What do you see in next couple of months, how that is going to change for them? Will they get the fund easily, or is tough, or how it is going to take it up?
There are all kind of investors, Ashish. We know there are, and what kind of ticket size you are looking for.
Right.
So if you are looking for a, small size ticket for a fantastic idea, you may get funding very easily, very quickly, and without too much of effort. If you are looking for large fund for an idea which require a lot of validation or MVP or some ideation in the market, which may take some time, which looks like to me, people are going to wait for a few months. As I told you, we are looking for change. Some change are going to be permanent. Some change are going to be in habits, which are going to be mostly, from my point of view, in IT sector rather than our life. So I will not say change habit. This is not probably habit. This is a working style, the way we work. So working style is different. I, instead of going office, I will work from home, and I'm doing the similar stuff. So these things are going to be a little bit of change there. I say habit when I am going to, let us say, not going to wear anymore, not going to be out for dinner in restaurants, or maybe having a distance of 1 meter while I meet anybody, or I do not shake hand and hug anybody, only say namaste. These are the things of habit which
Yes.
we live in there, right? And these habits are going to take some change, take some time to change. Probably we require to bring in more Indian things of style, the way we have been living in, and stop worrying about what Western thinks about us, and bring in more changes which are more healthier lifestyle than anything else. Fund going to be available for some time, slowly, but again, a few months later, we are going to have floods of funds, and there will be less takers than givers, because everybody is looking for large opportunities now.
Correct. So there's a good news. I've taken one more question. I would take it from audience Rimjim Das, who's asking that, hello panelist, I would like to know if shared service model in professional expertise space will grow or remain flat, considering current cost challenges. So Pranay, would you like to address this?
I think, as I said, that there are a lot of opportunities available in different aspects, right? Remotely, especially a lot of requirements will pop out, right? People will start hiring talent from different locations rather than just one or two locations, So, of course, there is an opportunity to upskills for professionals for themselves, right? It's especially this time they can prepare themselves to get new like expertise in place, their new skill sets, capabilities, so they can learn and develop those kind of things in this time, right? If somebody is like wants to learn like sales process or sales automation, because with the whole sales or marketing dimension is changing, right, with the online and digital sales and marketing thing. So there are various tools, there are various platforms which helps you learn all these sales and marketing skill set, right? LinkedIn has launched its own LinkedIn learning platform, right? There are so many platforms out there. So it's time for
Correct.
you to really, as an professional, to upskill yourself to get new capabilities in place, and then contribute in the company success with your digital knowledge, with your digital expertise. So of course, yeah,
Correct.
a lot of opportunities in that.
Yeah, so
Space.
I'm saying that that's a normal phenomena. Like shared service is always, area where whenever the services professional
India
expertise
is
are,
a hub for
yeah,
freelancing.
it's a hub for that. So yeah, this is always going to grow. But yes,
Yeah,
cost challenges everywhere. So it's not about only shared service; it's about everything. Customer wants everything and anything at almost zero cost. So that you always have to keep
yeah,
try and fit and add value, offer value to the customer will give you. That's the only way of taking the higher pricing or better pricing than the competition or than the market, that until you add the more value to the customer is not going to pay you more. So it's
yeah.
very clear. Now Devesh has another question, but I think so we are running out of time. Let me take up one question from the list which I have got. So angel funding we answered. How can we convert, Dr. Ajay? How can we convert, or founders can convert this challenges and current times or into an opportunity for their business? And I think so. We have another 1 minute probably, or 1.5 minutes to take it further, and then we can take it. That's my question.
Ashish and Devesh, the opportunities are humongous. Can you believe if you look at India, there is no company which can provide you a solid video conferencing platform. There is no company which is providing you the conferencing solutions in India which can allow you to work from home. There is no VPN. But when I just shared the names, all international companies.
Yes,
Why we
all
do
of them.
not have why we do not have Indian products? They are all there as an opportunity for a large market, and government is supporting by Make in India. DIPP is saying that if you have an Indian product, you will not buy any foreign product. That is the law in the country. So you need not to look for many new innovations. You just replicate. If somebody has a capability, do you have a technical capability? Do you have the willingness to take up that challenge and build a solid product? The idea is we stop as chalta hai product. We do not make solid product which works themselves. And that is where we lack. I think the key is to change this attitude now. Look at yourself and see this, are you going to have a product which is going to be a world class, which is going to serve the country, and this is what I'm going to replace. Large opportunity to build in this time. Very large opportunity. Do not waste your manpower.
Absolutely.
Let them work at your home and innovate.
Yeah, I'm saying, and lastly, what I also add here, that we have to become a good professionals. We have a lot of technology professionals. All of these international products which are there in the market addressing the global requirement are also built by 60 to 70% workforce, and these are the people who built it. The only thing, they have to bring it for our nation, and then we have to try here. Yes, investors also here. I would say, Dr. Ajay, I come from technology world, and I've been working into technology for 20 plus years, and I see that few things has to change at investor perspective also here, to fund technology companies. To build a great technology, it takes time, and it takes effort, right? So those investment and investors also has to be very open. We raised the fund in US for a technology company which I built. They were very patient, right? Patience is, for investors, is important here in technology. So B2B and technology is going to have patience. A lot of patience for investors is required,
Yep.
and I think so. We are learning for that. I think so. We'll take it up.
I agree with
So I
you.
think,
I agree with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Pranay and Dr. Ajay, for the nice session. I think so. People have got a lot of benefited, and this is going to be, guys. This is going to be a live recorded, so you can always any people who come later and they can join. I will also keep posting these videos on our LinkedIn and Facebook network. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much.
much, and be safe. Follow the social distance and do not hug anybody. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Stay home.
Thank you.